Yo guys, what is going on? This is Yoki Man here, and as I mentioned in another video, I would be updating you on literally what I'm doing in my spare time on FM. Now, this is Bradford Park Avenue, which is the most local team to me. And as you can see here, crazy amount of wage budget, crazy amount of transfer budget. And basically what I did is I took three teams, kinda, if you include Harrogate, but I took three teams that are very close to me in the Conference North. Let's go to the competition in the Conference North, and I gave them some changes. So basically what I did to test was with Bradford Park Avenue and Guiseley, and I only tweaked a little bit with Harrogate just to give them some extra money to see what they could do. But with Guiseley and Bradford, basically what I did is I stripped the training and youth facilities down to bare minimum, left the stadiums as they are. I also gave a huge boost in finances to both teams. I mean a massive boost. But I literally stripped them down to the bare bones. You had nothing when you start out. No staff, no nothing. I started the game and loaded up two managers, so I was Guiseley as well, and then resigned straight away, so they brought a new manager in. I changed the reputations as well a touch, but I don't think they'll stay what they are for a long time. And basically to more of a rivalry between Bradford and Guiseley going up through the leagues, but to see actually how easy, how difficult, what kind of stuff and bumps and hitches you get, having shit tons of cash. Basically what I've understood, first of all, you need to be very clever. As you can see, our balance there is 66 million. It started off the season at 100, so we've hemorrhaged 40 million pounds already, guys. Now, I mean, if I'd have started as Guiseley, I don't think that Guiseley needed as much changes to get you up the first hurdle and up the first league. Bradford Park Avenue starting squad, if you're a fan, I am afraid, is awful. But the projected balance is 26 million, guys. So we're really gonna start hemorrhaging money real quick, and eventually there's gonna be fuck all because we're paying high wages, big squad, lots of players to be in a team that's in the conference, Premier, or only in League 2, and we will not be able to sustain ourselves. So we had to be very clever with the players I brought in, and I tried my best. I had to be very smart when it came to this. Improving youth facilities and training facilities, which I am improving both, and hopefully this works out, and I'm intending to do that again next season, to entice better players, to get better production and potential out of the players we've actually got in the club, which is what we need. You need that. It has to be done really, and to get better youth intake, because the youth intake now is going to be hugely important, because we're probably going to rely on that at some point, because we can't keep on relying on the huge amount of money we got. So transfer history, I spent 5.5 million. 2.5 of it was to Harrogate to give them some extra cash, so that they could compete a little bit better. But Jamie Wooten is not a horrible player. He's okay for this level. Now the star ratings you're seeing are a little bit skew-off, because we've got all sorts of players that you probably wouldn't have at this level, and our staff are very good for this level. So their viewpoints on these players, I've had players who are 1-star, who I've signed for Willie Robertson. There, 49k. He came at 1-star, and he's been brilliant. So it tends to be because the coaches are so much, stronger. But basically, we spent quite a lot of money. We brought in a lot of players. But hopefully the repairs that most of them are young, like Sam Hoskins here. I think he eventually will be valued more than what we paid for him. Hopefully. Matthew Palmer as well, hopefully will be the same. So will Zach Thompson, ex-Leeds lad. So that's the way we're really trying to envision it and push through the leagues as quick as possible, so that we don't hemorrhage so much money, and so that we can stay afloat, because this can go really wrong. I mean, we could be bankrupt by season 3 if I'm not really smart with the money, with the competitions that we're in, getting cash from. We need to retain as much money as possible. Now, in the 4th season, there will be a huge cash injection, again, of 80 million. So surviving up to the 4th season is probably what's most important for both clubs. Now, if the cash injection doesn't work, because I've never tried it before. I set up the dates, but I've never tried it before. If the cash injection doesn't work, I will either pick a extremely rich team, i.e. Man City or whatever, and I will give 40 million to each by signing a player. Because the cash injection is part of the series, it's part of the challenge, it's part of the fun. And I don't think it'll hurt Man City too much to do that, or a big team, maybe not in this country. But I'm hoping the cash injection works fine and we don't have to bother with that. But I may decide if the cash injection, if you guys disagree with that cash injection, if it doesn't come in, and I was intending to use another club to them give that cash injection, I may decide not to do it. You know, the whole point is to see how these clubs would survive on £80 million to start off with, up front, in the lowest league you can load on the game, without any, community help. And them to take that and say, in 4 seasons we'll give you another 80 million, and that's it. So you've had 160 million to build a club from nothing, because you really are, because these clubs are nothing, and hopefully we are in the Premiership very quickly, because to keep things ticking over. I mean, if you look at finances now, it's not there. Where do I want it? I've got to get used to this salary. So the current wage total now, we're in the fucking Conference North. It's already pretty much 90,000 a week. And the reason it's 90,000 a week is because I have signed an unrealistic amount of players, loads in the reserve team as well. We signed a ton of players, so that's a little bit of a reason. We will probably offload at least 10 players, maybe in January. I've not decided yet, or when we get promoted. So the squad's really going to be moulded slowly. It's been real tough because I picked up a full team, but as you can see, the star ratings look like the squad's horrible. We're second in the league. It's because our staff is extremely good, and we'll say they're reading reports for a club that should probably be Championship level, and these players are not Championship level players. Some of them are very good, but most of them aren't. But hopefully we can do the business and we survive. But anyway, guys, this is my personal save. I will update you. I don't know. I might update you once we've got promoted and the transfer window's done. Make sure to leave a like, because if if I'm going to keep updating this, I want to know that you guys are actually finding it worthwhile that I'm doing it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully we're not bankrupt.